Dear learner, I am Dr. R. Sunita, Department of Textiles and Clothing, Avinashringam University, Coimbatore. I welcome you all for EPG Pathsala today. Apparel merchandising. By learning this module, it will help you in understanding the importance of apparel merchandising and also to understand the outline of various merchandising categories. Description of merchandising. Merchandising is the process of acquiring goods and services and making them available at right place, right time, right price and in right quantity to get the target customers. It means buying and selling commodities for a profit. It involves processes such as sourcing, assortment, pricing and communicating the retailer's merchandise to the target customers. Merchandising deals with showcasing the garment product in a way that it stimulates customer desire for purchasing the particular product. In apparel merchandising, the volume of stock varies greatly depending on sales. Space needs to be planned for flexible display. Today, the retailers are highly competitive and have become master planners. Right merchandising is done by the retailers in their shops to bring about uniqueness. Visual presentations are given more importance. Merchandising services are global enterprises and in the retail industry, these are assets for the manufacturers. Both the retailers and the customers are benefited by merchandising. For the retailer, it enhances the possibility of the assortment of goods and an increased chance of sales. Now we shall see about significance of merchandising in apparel industry. The term merchandising got its significance after the Industrial Revolution. It forms a bridge between design and sales, fulfill the needs of the customers. The apparel chain includes the raw materials and processing of them to prepare apparel products which are converted from paper to reality. It comprises of 5 major sectors, namely fiber, yarn, fabric, garment and retail sectors. At each and every stage, the quality should be maintained and monitored to obtain quality end product. The term apparel merchandising is defined as the development, execution and delivery of a product based upon the needs of the target market. As far as the need merchandising is concerned, it could be said that the merchandising materials and processes, complex networks, reduced product life cycle, textile innovations, computer applications and global transition. Organizational structure of merchandising. The emergence of new technology and drastic growth of apparel industry made the apparel manufacturers respond quickly to the changes. The evolution of distinct structural changes in apparel organization comprises of 5 stages. Stage 1. At this stage, more importance was given to manufacturing and the sales team took the orders. The manufacturing division maintained the stocks. Stage 2. At this stage, the concept of marketing emerged and in the apparel industry. This satisfied consumer requirements and also built up an image of the apparel manufacturers. In the third stage, marketing gained more importance. To fulfill the consumer demands, product development departments were created. To bridge the gap between the designing and business, a new function emerged, which is nothing but merchandising. The merchandising ensured that the design development was done to the level of the satisfaction of the customers. At the fourth stage, merchandisers focused on product innovation and development, which became important for the apparel companies. At stage 5, sourcing was incorporated as separate division in some companies due to raising complications of product development and global sourcing. The merchandisers concentrated on the design and product development. Now we will see about the categories of apparel merchandising. The apparel merchandising is categorized into three as apparel fashion merchandising, apparel production for export merchandising, and apparel retail merchandising. Apparel fashion merchandising. Apparel merchandising, this involves conceptualization, development and procurement of raw materials. Branded merchandise is identified by a name of symbol and is associated with product characteristics. Apparel fashion merchandising involves fashion forecasting, design development, product development, production merchandising and retail merchandising. Now we will see about the organization of apparel fashion merchandising. It involves the members, namely designer, buyer, comparison shopper, merchandising manager, display director, stylist, fashion director, customer fashion consultant, sales representative, copywriter, artist, art director, photographer, model, fashion editor and garment technologist. Designer. A designer is highly creative. He or she is employed by the manufacturer. Some special areas of a designer are bridal wears, casual wears, pants and blouses. Buyer. All big retail organizations have buyer. Buyer does buying wisely. He analyzes, forecasts fashion and the customer's buying patterns and abilities. He studies about advertisement media and fashion publication. He does intensive traveling to many fashion centers for selecting the designs. Comparison shopper. He assists the buyer. He compares and evaluates the quality and price of raw materials, merchandise, checks with the competitors and also does displays and overall merchandise. Merchandising manager. He cooperates and supervises the planning of at all depths. He should have leadership qualities, good knowledge about business, involvement and ability to blend with others. Display director. He does the displays in the store and is termed as visual merchandiser. He displays the clothes such that it motivates the viewer to buy the products. Stylist. He is appointed in fashion retail business organizations or fashion sales promotion organizations. When a fashion item is to be displayed, the other items which are displayed should emphasize the main item. Fashion director. He takes care of overall fashion image and changing seasonal appearance and holiday. The planning made by the fashion directors will guide all the departments of the store to be ready to start their fashion promotion on the same day. Customer fashion consultant. Customer fashion consultant is employed to provide consultancy for an individual customer on wardrobe planning, accessories, fashion budgeting and on the latest style. Sales representatives. The success of wholesale and retail businesses mainly depends on the sales representatives, on the sales activities. The customer makes the purchase from the company sales representatives. The wholesale representative deals with retail stores and the retail sales representative deals directly with the customers. The sales representative should have a good personality and communication skills. Copywriter. Copywriter may be employed by the fashion manufacturer and fashion retailer or advertising agency. He works closely with the buyers. They provide ideas for advertisement and need to approve finished advertisement before they are printed. Artist and art director. They develop advertising art and materials such as catalogs for sales promotion posters. He needs artistic skills along with fashion knowledge. Photographer. Photographers specially make fashion photo works as freelancers accepting the individual assignments from retailer, wholesaler and advertising agencies. Model. The model pose for fashion photograph. They are hired for fashion shows. They are employed by manufacturers who have very specific size requests for fashion models. Fashion editor. The National Fashion Magazine have their fashion editors who are fashion directors. He advises the magazines on fashion trends and photograph displays. Garment technologist. He is technically qualified in the garment technology. He takes care of seam type, stitches, sewing machine used, details in the garment, size and quality specifications. He should have extensive knowledge about different types of fabrics, styles of the garments. Steps in fashion merchandising. The fashion director directs the company new fashion presentation for upcoming seasons. Fashion prediction is done by fashion director in the big organization, but in small organizations the owner himself is in charge for this. The directors attend fashion shows, study about fashion trends and give presentations regarding future trends. The most important challenge for a fashion director is identifying and keeping up with trends. Next step in design development, where the designer will create many purchased designs as per trends. Care is taken that uniqueness is brought in each and every design. Designer also supervises pattern and sample making. The potential designs are selected from the number of designs created by the designer. Flat sketches of the selected designs are drawn for pattern making. The pattern is prepared by draping or flat patterns of sample size which is sent for testing. The pattern is then transferred to the fabric, layout is made and cutting is done. Sample is sewn by the sample maker. Then this is tested for its good fit and total workmanship. The design may be altered as it is transformed from two-dimensional sketch to three-dimensional product. Product specification. It guides the production department to develop and plan this merchandising. Production planning organize things for effective and efficient production of the merchandise. The contents of the product specification include the details such as style description, style number, season name of designer, name of the garment, technician, fabric strength, composition, weight, assortment, details like size and color, design sketch and flat sketch of garment, measured specification, technical details like seam, stitch, accessories and trims, quality requirements, pack requirements and sample requirements. Next, merchandising plan and policy is done. Preparation of merchandising plan or policy involves the following steps. Estimating the sales. The estimation of sales is done for the next season by analyzing the previous year's sale population, the market competition, market trends, buying the selling cycle. Planning the stock. Estimation of stock to be maintained to meet consumer demands. Average stock. It should be planned for each season. An average stock can be estimated by dividing the sales plan by the turnover rate. Planning purchase. The determination of the monetary aspect is done for the amount of the goods. The value of stock on hand in the beginning of the season should be considered while making the retail value of the purchases. Assortment planning. Assortment is a cooperative retailer supplying process of determining the optimal product offering within a category that achieves target consumer satisfaction and enhanced business results. A good assortment planning will appeal group of customers. The objectives of assortment planning are to buy proper assortment of styles, color, size and prices that fulfills the consumer demands, to plan delivery time for the goods, to display and promote merchandise. The factors the consumers should consider are fashion image of the store and merchandising policies, degree of visual merchandising done in the store, type of promotional activities planned. Buying. Buying is done after the merchandising and assortment planning. A buyer may purchase the merchandise directly from the manufacturer or through buying offices. The responsibility of the buyer are sourcing and development from the supplier, approval of various samples, color design, accessories, order follow-up, receiving and distribution of merchandise, organizing promotional activities and evaluating the sales. Receiving and distribution. The goods are received at shipped buyers' warehouses. There the goods are checked for quality, quantity, style and colors. Repacking is done if necessary in the warehouse and are distributed to various retail stores. So, these are various steps involved in fashion merchandising. Next category of merchandising is apparel export merchandising. Apparel export merchandising. Here, the apparel production for export merchandising involves sample development, planning, programming, manufacturing and shipment. It falls under production merchandising. All the planning and activities involved right from the buyer communication and order receiving till the execution or shipment of the order is carried here. It fulfills the factors, namely delivery at right time, quality, quantity and price, code, conduct and replacement. Now we will see the process flow involved in apparel export merchandising. First, the buyer sourcing. It is the foremost activity. The details about buyers can be collected from websites, magazines, journals, trade fairs, shows, agents, hotels, word of mouth, contacts and trade directories. Buyer communication. After sourcing of all the buyers, communication is done to them through the letters, emails and fax. The buyer may ask the exporter to send few samples with price to evaluate exporter's quality and workmanship. Enquiring and sampling. The buyer may send an enquiry once he is satisfied with the exporter's quality. The general content of the enquiry may have details of garment style, fabric, color and assortment, but this enquiry may not be the order confirmation. Pre-costing and reply. After receiving the enquiry from the buyer, merchandiser has to do the pre-costing for the product which is mentioned in the enquiry. Pre-costing is the tentative price estimation of the product, while doing costing various aspects like style, fabric, color, design, accessories are taken into account. After pre-costing is done, the price is arrived which has to be sent to the buyer. Order confirmation and acceptance. If the price offered to the buyer is acceptable to him, then he confirms the order to the exporter. The order confirmation should be in a form of order sheet. The purchase order from the buyer should be duly signed with seal of the buyer. Order review. Reviewing the order sheet as there may be variation in quantity. It is an important activity for the execution of order. Planning and programming. Time calculation and scheduling of order are done here. Programming is the decision of certain activities in the particular order. A sample of product represents whole lot in particular order to assess their quality. Based on this, the buyer would give approval or comments for alterations. It reflects the quality of the manufacturer. These are made to get a desired style, design, fit and good quality. Accessories, sourcing and purchasing. This has become an important and critical function in the apparel industry. As it takes more time, planning should be done such that it reaches the factory in time. Inspection and testing. Inspection is a process of visual identification of defects. There are three types of inspection. They are raw material inspection, online or in-process inspection and final inspection. First, we will see about the raw material inspection. Here, the raw materials are inspected which are used for apparel production. It is called incoming material inspection. Next is the online or in-process inspection. This is done during the manufacture process for rectifying the problems at this stage itself. This is done by quality controller. And at last, the final inspection is done after the manufacture of goods and when it is packed in carton boxes and ready for shipment. Testing. Here the quality is tested with standard procedures. The tests are fiber composition, GSM of the fabric, dimensional stability, color fastness, pilling, bow and skewness, bursting strength and fabric count. The fabric is also tested for special properties when special finishes are given. Cutting. Before cutting, the house testing reports should be approved. Approvals are obtained for the fabric, garment, sample, accessories, color, design, packaging, quality, quantity, right time or in the factory, document approval. Shipment marks. Shipping marks are the symbols or logo which are given by buyers to be printed on the carton boxes for easy identification. This may be rectangle, circle or square. After thorough inspection, shipment is done. The transportation may be by sea or air or road or combination of all or courier or post. Third category of apparel merchandising is the apparel retail merchandising process. Retailing includes the activities related to direct selling of products or services to the ultimate consumers. Apparel retail merchandising involves apparel merchandising, retail promotion and sales. Visual merchandising, inventory control, sales, evaluation and retail operation. This is done by retail personnel along with merchandising team. Retail fashion merchandising is buying and selling of apparel product to consumer for a profit. This is done by considering the following factors. Analyzing the local customers. Sales in a particular store is determined by the factors, namely the geographical location of the store, population of the area, social activities, economic conditions and fashion influences of the particular population. Selecting a fashion image. The retail store has a public image in the customer's mind. According to the target customers, the fashion image is selected. Next is merchandising policy. The choice of merchandise policies will affect the fashion image. Merchandise assortment is done on sizes, colors and styles. The price line decisions for the products are also made in the store. Buying the merchandise. The buyer must plan to purchase merchandise which should be delivered at right time. A delayed delivery leads to loss in business. Too much of merchandise will reduce the profit. Too little of merchandise will also reduce the sales. Receiving and stocking the merchandise. The quality and quantity of the goods received should be checked before they are sent for display or selling. After receiving the goods, these are marked, tagged and kept in the stock for sales. Marking is done with computers using barcodes. In small stores, it is done manually. The marking includes receipt date of the item, suppliers or manufacturers, different number, class of merchandise, wholesale cost of the item and retail price of the item. Display. The method of display is very important for sale. Good displays enhance the sales. Care should be taken to display the goods such that it attracts the customers. Sales promotion. Sales promotion is important for successful sale fashion merchandise. It includes activities like advertising, publicity, visual display, fashion shows, special events and personal selling. The communication purposes, the sales promotion are to introduce a new product, attract new customers and establish the store's authority or image. Customer services. Customer services is important tool to retain the customers for long-term basis. This includes the offering membership cards, free delivery, good parking facilities, customer credit and credit card facilities. Customer services can be classified into 3 categories. They are pre-sales customer services. In this case, welcome drinks, chocolates, test samples may be given to the customer to attract them. Point of sale. Customer services which is offered when the customer makes the actual purchase like free delivery, gift wrapping, discounts and free gifts. After sale customer services. After sale customer services include warranty, guarantee for a particular product. Retail selling. The main objective of the retailers is to make the shoppers to buy. Apparel retailing means assisting, forcing and encouraging the customer to buy a particular item. The ultimate retail selling is to encourage repeated sales. Sales evaluation. Analyzing of the sales of a product related to size, style, color and price are done. The effect of sales promotion and visual marketing is assessed. This would be helpful for making and taking decisions for the next season market plan. Visual merchandising. This helps the customers to see the product before they purchase. It is an art of displaying things in an attractive way. This attracts the customers and to persuade them to buy. It is a team effort. Visual merchandisers plan the merchandising themes, make visual merchandising display as personal calendar. Visual merchandising evaluation is done to analyze the effects for future modification and to make comparative study with competition and forecasting. The visual merchandising elements include mannequin, forms, fixtures, hanging poles, stands, platform, paintings, wall decoration, fabrics, banners, table lights, accessories and music. It can be interior display or exterior display. The interior display includes store layout, store design, display, space item, item display and assortment display. The exterior display includes window display and store front display. Now coming to private labels, it is the merchandise that bears the name of the retail store in which it is sold or the name exclusively for the retailers. The products are branded by the wholesale distributor. It is called retailer brand, store brand, or in-house brand. These products are developed by the retailers. The image of the private label brands is about occupying the low price segment of the market. These goods are priced 20 to 30% less than the branded ones. The department stores with private labels and private brand retailing have more than one collection of these excessive names. Some trends of private labels are an increase in proportion of private labels in their merchandise mix. Licensing agreements on the race partnership is becoming a factor in private retailers' expansion of established store in the brand concept and resident buying after expansion in private label offerings. Private label merchandise used in the fashion industry refers to goods produced excessively for one retailer. Retailers have better profit or private label goods that are produced excessively for one retailer and it carries only a name of the retailer. Students, this module I think it would be helpful for you in understanding the different categories of merchandising and the importance of merchandising. So this is what is required for any type of sales promotion and advertisement. Visual merchandising should be done utilizing the elements and principles of design and to make it effective, and this helps us in understanding this gives a non-verbal understanding for the customers to get a better idea about what will be available in the shop or the showroom.